Tight. Flying 90. Tight. Tight. Move 15. Green engine. All right, all right. Tight. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Green 80. Green 80. Tight. Tight. Green 80. Tight.
Hey man, listen, great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team. And as long as you keep moving in the right direction, we're gonna be just fine.
Green 80. Tight. Tight. Blue 15. Good tight. Tight. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Flying 90. Green 80. Tight. Go, let's go, let's go. Tight. Blue 15. Tight. Hey, easy, easy, easy. Tight. Blue 80. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Green 80. Tight. Tight. Green 80. Green 80. Tight. Tight. Green 15. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Blue 15. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Blue 80. Tight. Tight. Flying 90. Tight. Tight. Blue 15. Tight. Tight. Blue 80. Tight.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Seattle Seahawks and our home team. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Seahawks offense here set to take over with Russell Wilson leading the way. Wilson, a Pro Bowler 5 times in his 7 NFL seasons, including last year, when he threw for a career-high 35 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
We know that Tyler Lockett has been a Pro Bowl kick returner, now starting to really emerge as a top threat as a receiver. At his best year as a wideout in 2018, just missed the 1,000-yard mark by 35 yards. Expect that number to increase.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Defensive end Joey Bosa, make sure that your eyes go to him every time he trots onto the football field. A tremendous player, one of the better technicians at defensive end in the league. He knows how to get to the quarterback.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Off the play fake here. Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. Now Gordon on first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Here we go. Check. Cross.
Rivers out quickly here to Allen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Play fake, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 2nd and 9, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Melvin Ingram, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Gordon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. These fifth-rounders, and to use him as an example, maybe you take a little bit of a flyer on someone, hope you hit gold.
Exactly, because when you get into the 5th round, you're usually not counting on him to become a starter right away, but we've seen so many times 5th, 6th, 7th, undrafted free agents who come in and make their way, and in a big way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it's struggle.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Carson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, now he'll pull it down. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it. They're picking up the 1st down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Wilson flushed out right. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play action now, Rivers. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On is the Chargers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks. This game, one of 7 going on in the NFL on this Saturday, the 3rd week of the preseason. One more to get to tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football. A good one in the AFC, Steelers and Titans from Nashville.
Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even Points on the board, they've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Rivers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble. But it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action. Rivers, he's airing it out for Williams. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Dent under pressure again, and down he goes again.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
31's the mic.
3rd and long. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Rivers. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. First down, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. As we surmised, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done. Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Wilson being chased out left. He's going to take. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
This is Gordon, down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. On 3rd down, this is Jackson, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Taylor, and this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Virgil Green there to make the grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Isaac Rochelle in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now it's the backup Smith. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor, he'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Taylor to throw. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now it's Taylor. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Taylor will lead up the offense 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Taylor. And his throw is incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Throwing now is Taylor. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. That's caught by Jackson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles a ball...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Procise on the carry. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Coming. 57 to Mike. 50.
First throw here in overtime for Smith. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 50, it's Smith. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A shotgun snap for Smith. Buying time to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. You know, some of those guys down there, if not all of them, are probably thinking it's preseason. Do we need overtime here?
Yeah, the people who need it and actually want it are guys on the fringe trying to make the team, want extra plays, get the attention of their coaches. But really, overall, no one involved in the NFL wants to play overtime in preseason.
But here we are, so seize the opportunity, I guess. Dancing to his left. He hits his running back, Procise. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether we're in zone...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Pardon? Do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. First throw in overtime now for Taylor. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. They run on first down with Jackson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now on second and 13, Taylor. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Now Jackson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. On 2nd and 9, Taylor. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Use your practice squad to develop younger players that could eventually contribute in games. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.